I'm standing in front of the Van Buren County Jail. Hello, my name is Karina Lamorandier. This is the place where the seeds of Wings of God were planted upon my heart as I visited week after week and witnessed firsthand inmates leaving and returning, leaving and returning. This jail houses 158 inmates. Years ago, in the early 1980s, there was one cell that would house 4 women, and often it wasn't even filled. Now today, there are 15 to 20 women in this jail.
One of the things you know means trouble is when a defendant who is in the criminal justice system is on a first-name basis with a judge. That happens a lot, and that means we've seen each other way too much.
For those that find themselves involved in the criminal justice system, it becomes like a revolving door. They do well in that structured environment. However, upon their release and they're thrust back into the community, into the same environment that they came from, they find themselves dealing with the same temptations and problems and family issues that led to them getting into trouble.
When we do get out of here, some of us are lost. We have no place to go. And when we go back out on the streets, we fall back in the same thing, and then we come to jail sometimes just to have the 3 meals a day and a place to sleep.
They don't have a place to go. So many have lost everything in their time of incarceration. They don't have a house. They've lost their house. They've lost their kids. It's devastating to them. And then they try to go out there and rebuild everything, and they've already lost everything. And during their incarceration, they give up and they end up right back into drugs because they feel, I've already lost it. What more do I have to lose?
It was impressed upon my heart in about 2006 that we needed an alternative for these women when they're released from jail. We know what God can do in these women's lives. Nothing's impossible.
Working with women, especially having very, very little resources, the more options we have, the more opportunity we have to give them safe housing and mentors and programming that will help them be successful and safe. Shelters and availability for housing for women in Van Buren County is pretty much non-existent.
There's a lot of women that I know that could use it, that don't have homes, don't have anybody to help them, don't have anyone to go to. They're going out of here homeless.
People need a second chance, and a third chance, and a fourth chance. The Wings of God Transition House is intended to provide that stability.
Wings of God is a nonprofit, faith-based organization. Our mission is to provide a safe and secure living environment for those leaving the Van Buren County Jail. Our purpose is to provide an opportunity for these residents to obtain help, training, treatment, and support for a positive re-entry into the community.
I believe if you have a place like that available, that maybe we won't end up back in here as often.
God can help them overcome addiction. God can help them get their children back. God can help them become strong warriors for God. And we know that a home would help facilitate that.
And with you guys, all of you in the ministry, you can help people. To show myself and others that I'm not the person that I was always thought to be.
Matthew 25:36, the words of Christ there. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. These are Christ's words challenging us. And I think each of us as Christians need to be challenged as how we can get involved.
We need assistance, we need help, we need support, we need the community's support. And this is something that the community will profit from and have many returns from themselves.
Some of the ways that we can get involved in programs like this, the Wings of God Incorporated, is first of all, pray.
Pray for Wings of God. Pray that we have wisdom and discernment on everything we do.
We can also use your help in volunteer work. There's going to be many opportunities that are going to be made available for the public in the future.
Those needs will be outlined. We have a website. You can look on that website. You can call our Wings of God phone number and get more details.
And then we need your financial support.
If you'd prayerfully consider giving a gift to Wings of God or supporting us monthly, however the Lord leads you, we would be so blessed.
So we need you, and we really trust that God will speak to your heart and ask you, how can you get involved?
It's because we're in jail. We're not all bad people. We just made some bad decisions.
With God's help, and to show that I can be a humble enough person to let the God in me show.
Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. And we can't wait to hear these women singing in the shadow of God's wings.